Welcome back to the channel. I've flown over 1 million miles with Virgin Atlantic. That's the equivalent of 115 return flights from London to Orlando. Along the way, I've picked up a number of tips. In this video, I'll share my top 10 tips to transform your experience when travelling Virgin Atlantic Premium. I hope you find the tips useful, and I'd be delighted if you'd subscribe to my channel. Your support really does make a huge difference. Okay, let's jump straight in at number 10. First things first, to make the most of your flight, you need to know which aircraft you're scheduled to fly. Whilst the seat is very similar across the fleet, some aircraft have larger premium cabins with more seats across each row. The older Airbus A330-300 and Boeing 787 aircraft have a wider seat with about 1.5 inches more space. You can find out which aircraft you're scheduled to fly when making a booking by clicking on Flight Details. After booking, you can see the plane type in Manage My Bookings in the Flight Details, next to the flight number. You can also find out the aircraft type and view the seat map on sites like Expert Flyer. I always check out the details on Expert Flyer before booking a flight. There's a free version of the site which allows a limited number of searches, or a subscription version with unlimited searches. Choose your seat in advance. Most seats in Premium can be selected for free from the point of booking. Seats in the front couple of rows of the cabin, referred to as preferred seating, have fees starting at £55 to book, unless you have Flying Club status. But what are the best seats? On Boeing 787 and Airbus A330 aircraft, the cabin is configured 232. If you're a lone traveller, the aisle seat in the middle can be a good bet, as you'll probably have a couple next to you, so the person in the middle is more likely to ask their travel companion to move for them to get out. On Airbus A350 aircraft, the cabin is configured 242. The pairs of seats at the window are a better bet here. On all aircraft, it's worth trying to nab the bulkhead seat if you want a little more space and to be able to leave your seat without disturbing the person next to you. These are allocated at check-in at the airport, so just ask. The only disadvantage is that all your carry-on must be in the overhead bin during takeoff and landing, and the entertainment screen must also be stowed. If you want to get served food and drinks first, then it's best to sit towards the front of the cabin. On flights departing from the UK, US or Caribbean, you can now pre-order the main course for your meal from 7 days in advance of your flight. If you pre-order, you're guaranteed your first choice, so it's well worth doing. You should receive an email about pre-ordering food a few days before your flight, but if not, just go to preselect.virginatlantic.com. Remember, you can take more luggage. You can check 2 bags, each weighing up to 23 kilograms or 51 pounds. And Flying Club Silver and Gold members get a 3rd bag for free. However, if you have a connecting flight with a partner airline, the allowance might not be as large, so it's worth checking. If you're returning to the UK, it's always useful to know how the outbound flight is progressing. This will give a sign of any likely delays to your flight. In general, the outbound flight number is one less than the return. So if you're flying from Miami to London on the VS6, the outbound from London is the VS5. This then gets cleaned and sent back to London with you on board. You can track the flight on Google, but for more detailed information, I head to Flight Radar 24. There you can see the route the aircraft is taking, when it took off, and its ETA. You can also check that it's still the same aircraft type and get all the stats on the plane that you'll be flying, such as how old it is and where it's been flying recently. You often find out about potential delays hours before anything is announced publicly, which can be really useful if you want to ask for a late checkout from your hotel. At number 5, when you get to the airport, don't forget there are dedicated check-in desks for premium passengers, so there will be less queuing, before you're checked in for your flight. Your checked luggage will also be tagged priority, so should arrive on the baggage belt at your destination ahead of other bags. Register for the Flying Club and collect points. Travelling in premium, you can earn up to twice as many Virgin points as an economy classic fare, points which you can put towards a redemption flight in the future. You'll also earn more tier points, 100 to 200 points for a return trip. Accumulate 400 tier points in a year and you'll unlock silver status and extra perks like earning an extra 30% more Virgin points to put to a future redemption flight. It is easier to track your points in the Virgin Red app. There you can also spend the points on everything from wine to holidays. The entertainment system on all aircraft is modern with touchscreen monitors between 10.5 and 13.3 inches in diameter. However, the headphones that are provided are not very good. Bring your own headphones along if you want something that cancels out background noise. On the Airbus A330-900neo aircraft, you can connect your headphones directly using Bluetooth. On other aircraft type, I tend to use a Bluetooth adapter to connect my AirPods. Throughout your flight, snacks and soft drinks are available in the premium galley. On some aircraft, this is called the Wonder Wall. Heading to find a snack also gives you the opportunity to stretch your legs. If you want the best choice, visit the galley early in the flight. Although the crew do restock, the good stuff goes quickly. And at number 1, the crew make Virgin stand out as a distinct airline. They're always good fun and often knowledgeable about the destination you're flying to. Outside of the meal services, you can often find them in the premium galley. I've even ended up in nightclubs with the crew. They're always great fun. I hope you found these tips useful. If so, please give the video a thumbs up. Let me know what tips you have in the comments below. And I'd be really grateful if you subscribe to Doors to Auto for future reviews.